Welcome to It's a Crime. I'm your host, Margaret McLean. Here's the behind-the-scenes legal insight into the case of Nick Reiner, who has been arrested for murdering his parents, Hollywood actor and director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner. I'm a former prosecutor, and cases like this don't turn on rumors, emotion, media coverage. They turn on warrants, timing, constitutional limits, and what the police are legally allowed to do and when. According to what we know so far, the Reiner's 28-year-old daughter, Romy, got home and found her parents. It was a very bloody scene. She called 911 requesting medical assistance. The fire department responded first, and only then was law enforcement notified. My heart really goes out to her because I can't imagine walking in on that. Now, legally, a medical response does not automatically open the door to a criminal investigation. At that moment, officers are limited in what they can do and what they can ask and what they can seize until probable cause is clearly established. Of course, there's an exception if police thought there was someone still inside the house posing a great risk or a danger, then there would be an exception to the warrant requirement. On December 14th, 2025, which is Sunday evening, Nick Reiner was arrested in the Exposition Park area of Los Angeles, which is near the USC campus. Allegedly, the police found out that he was smoking in the park. He surrendered to police and is being held without bail. Here's what the DA has to say.
I'm the District Attorney of Los Angeles County. Today I'm here to announce that our office will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who is accused of killing his parents, actor-director Rob Reiner, and photographer-producer Michelle Singer Reiner. These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder with a special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife. These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty.
Legally, what does special circumstances mean? Well, under California law, Nick Reiner is being charged with multiple murders. There's 2 here, his mother and his father, so that makes it rise to the level of the very highest degree of first-degree murder in California, which will allow for the death penalty. Whether they seek it or not, we don't know yet.
In announcing these charges, I also want to announce that they're just that. They are charges. Charges are not evidence. Evidence is something that we will be presenting in a court of law to meet the standard of proof we meet in every criminal case, which is beyond a reasonable doubt, to 12 jurors who will unanimously have to find that we've met that standard to prove the charges we bring to court. Right now, with respect to the process, once the charges get filed this afternoon, Nick Reiner will be then brought to court. He is going through medical clearance, something that everybody who gets arrested and gets held in a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department jail goes through. Once he is medically cleared, he will be brought to court to be arraigned on these charges.
Nick will be arraigned shortly, and he's already hired a very famous attorney, Alan Jackson, who we all know is Karen Reed's attorney. Now, from a defense standpoint, he made a good move because Jackson will be there to protect his rights. There will be no unguarded statements, no informal interviews. If the police want to question him, he will have his attorney present. One of the questions I'm being asked about is whether Nick's mental health or history of drug addiction will come into play because he's on drugs, or he might have been on drugs. It will, but it will be very narrow. California's not guilty by reason of insanity defense uses the Naughton rule, one of the strictest standards in the country. To succeed, Nick Reiner, the defendant, must prove 1, a mental disease or defect, 2, that at the time of the act, the defendant either did not understand the nature or quality of the act, did not know it was wrong. Now, there are some limitations, and that can be drug-induced psychosis, but that alone doesn't qualify. Voluntary intoxication doesn't count. For example, at one point, Nick was describing to a podcast how he was very high on uppers and he was staying in his parents' guest house. Well, he proceeded to punch out the TV, then he went over and punched out a lamp, and he continued to destroy the place. But he did it to himself, so that would not be an excuse. Right now, we don't know that much, and there are many unanswered questions. For example, we don't know if Nick was under the influence of drugs. We don't know if there was a documented history of mental illness. We don't even know if there was a confession. What was his state of mind? What was the motive to kill his parents? I'll be following this case very closely, so be sure to subscribe. And of course, thank you for listening to It's a Crime.